Okay, here we go. Stream is starting. Okay, stream is online. Need to update. Battle.net is updating. Okay. And WoW has an update. And why are there so many people in WoW, but just not on TeamSpeak?
No idea. That's like I said, that's what I've been sitting with this whole week. And every time you chat in, you type a chat or something here, no one's available.
Are you in the guild? Are you talking about our guild, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I wonder. I see most of them were playing on their lower level characters, but you have to just like... Yeah, it's difficult, I suppose.
Ugh, it doesn't matter. Is
Oh,
what it
good
is.
song as well. Here from the soul, dancing to the break of dawn. Okay, we're getting ready to play, people. We're just updating Battle.net.
Battle.net.
See, Tom made a new Google account and subscribed to my channel because my stream shows the last person who subscribed to my channel in the top right corner. So it says Thomas Witt in the top corner of my stream until the next person eventually ends up subscribing.
Nice.
On Twitch,
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah, I don't stream to Twitch because they limit, unless you become like a premium broadcaster,
Yeah.
you're limited to streaming at 540p or lower.
That's fucking retarded.
Right? And it's not that you're limited by the quality, but they don't give you the bandwidth to stream any higher.
What the fuck?
And when I queried it, they were like, no, bandwidth for non-premium accounts is first come, first serve, you know, whatever's available. Premium accounts get dedicated, like, allocations of bandwidth that they can stream through that nobody else can take, and basically they take from you whenever they spike because you're a free user. And I was like, really? Let's test Google. What does Google limit me streaming to YouTube at? Oh, 50 megasecond.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Dude, I can stream 4K 120 FPS to YouTube.
Just see. Oh, well, I mean, you can record whatever video you have and then that's in 4K and put it on YouTube. Load it to YouTube.
Yeah, I was literally doing it for tests. I was upscaling my 108p videos to 4K. And YouTube was fine. It's so smooth. No. I'll never go back to streaming on Twitch again. They wasted
I can't
my
believe
time.
they
Because
won't let you stream in 1080, dude. That's
I literally
absurd.
spent months thinking it was my internet, upgrading internet packages, changing settings on my streaming quality. It was only after I upgraded my entire PC to this new setup that I was like, there's no fucking way I shouldn't be able to stream with this setup. And I tried YouTube and it just fucking worked. I was actually really angry at the time. Anyway. So I'm sort of slightly pissed off now, but like, oh, when it fucking happened, I was borderline rage central.
I'm borderline rage central.
It's a real problem, dude. Okay. Are we gonna play max level character, enter world? How sick was that song? Dude, I love it. What a good tune.
Oh, it wasn't bad. Not my favorite song.
Do you have something for us? Or I need to find other shit.
What? Music?
Yeah.
Dude. Let me take you on a musical fucking journey, my friend.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna die.
Goodness.
Good timing,
That was
even though it wasn't
perfect
related. Jet, dude.
Great
Certain
minds, boy.
people in this world, yeah, great minds and just like perfect timing and fuck.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it is what
Synchronistic
it is.
events did.
We were just born in sync. Okay, inviting the Grim, finding out Travis and Damien are doing Waycrest. They're in a raid. What?
Oh, we probably need to find a video for this tactic we need to watch.
We do. I'll find it now. I'm just going to be a drugger and check all of the shit I need to in WoW, like my mailbox and my fucking war tables and weekly quest and that crap, and then I'll look for the video. I know.
Since I'm tanking this, I need to figure out how to tank it.
Yeah, we're gonna watch through it together.
You tune me from a side. You fucked up there. You fucked up there.
I'll try my best.
As usual, nothing new.
Yeah.
I need about 7,000 rep with the Zendalor to unlock the Zendalari trolls.
Sure, that's not bad.
I've done all the other stuff, finished the quests and all the other stuff.
What am I on here? Rep. The only people in Battle for Azeroth that I still need to farm rep with are Tortolan Seekers. I'm still revered with them. 9,000 out of 21,000.
Nah, I've still got Champions of Azeroth. I'm only honored with them. Talangis, I'm revered.
Okay,
Honor
and
bound, I need 4k to be exalted.
okay, that's not bad.
Tortolan Seekers, I'm honored. Voldanai, I'm revered. And Zendalari, I'm revered.
Okay, that's fine. What did you say you were with Champions of Azeroth?
Honored.
Honored. That is the most important one, I'm pretty sure I've said before, for you to level up. Like, if you're going to
I'm
have...
doing all the quests as they come out.
Yeah, if you don't know what contract to keep on, just keep Champions of Azeroth on, because that's the one, not revered, I mean not exalted, but when you get revered, and every level in between, you get eye levels for your neck.
Because my eye level for my neck now is 390 though. It has gotten some way.
Yeah, your neck maxes out at 325. Level 50.
Well, 425, not 325. I'm past 325.
Pretty sure I said 425. Okay, 425, yes.
No, you said 325.
And for a level 50, what do you call it?
My neck level is now 41.
Ha! It's higher than me. I'm level 40, but my eye level is 413 because I've maxed out my rep with Champions of Azeroth.
So then it does increase that as well.
Yes, it gives you eye levels on your neck for getting the Champions of Azeroth rep. That's why I was recommending it. As a contract to keep on. Okay. What are those? 385 pants. Where did I get them from and why are they... Oh, they were tanking pants I was rolling with.
Oh, contracts for...
Champions of Azeroth.
It's fairly expensive though.
How much is the contract for Champions of Azeroth? Like 1,700 gold?
No, it's now at least changed. It's dropped.
What?
I think it's now so 350, the cheapest one I found now.
When we started playing this game, like in the first release of BFA patch, contracts were going for like 3,000 to 6,000 gold, depending on the person or clan it was for.
Yeah. Is there anyone in our guild that can actually make contracts?
Probably. It would be an inscriptionist. The thing is, they're pretty useless unless you're leveling a character. Like, but inscriptionists also make enchantments, I think, don't they? They make enchanters
sure
do the enchanting. Inscriptions, what do they do? Oh, okay. They used to be a big role, but they're not anymore. what they do now, you know when you see someone in their druid bear form, but it looks like a war bear instead of just a normal bear? Or like a death knight that's... in fact, maybe not a death knight, that's a bad example because I actually don't know any of the other things. But basically, they don't make buffs for your class in any way. They make the items that change what things look like. So like, when I throw my Hammer of Wrath, I have a mod on it so that it casts the Hammer of Wrath falling down from the sky like God's Hammer.
Oh, nice.
Right? So it still does exactly the same stats. It just looks really cool.
I want to see what they have available for Death Knight then. Do they change my grip then?
I don't know.
Would my death grip look different?
Let's have a look. Inscription.
Yeah, well, let me know how long you're gonna be, so I can... I'll be back now.
Okay.
Are you dying, Ginger? What fix for you on that? Wat dit in de kar? Ja. So did you find anything?
I don't know just yet. I'm busy setting up the sync tube.
Hello and
with the
welcome to the
guides quickly.
Hello and welcome
I
to the
bought
Fat Boss
them out
Guide to
for
High Tinker
450
Mechatalk
gold.
in the Battle of...
450.
Yep.
Okay, it's not bad.
I don't know what this mount goes for, so the skull first, the Gronling thing.
I couldn't tell you until I've clicked on it, so... My add-on tells me. Okay, here is the sync tube room. Join that.
Hello. Hello and welcome.
Cameron busy in a raid though.
Okay, I've linked you the sync tube. I'm going to close my door. I'll be right back. Okay, Anonymous 120. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Waiting for you.
Okay, the music needs to go down for a bit. Play.
Oh, that is
Hello, you haven't
boosted my
buffered.
latency.
Yeah, you haven't buffered yet. You need to click play on the video, change your quality to whatever you want
the
it
Fat
on,
Boss Guide
and
to
then
High
click play
Tinker
again.
Mechatalk in the Battle of Dazara Law. So this
Okay.
awesome fight.
So the LFR is split into 3 sections, each with 3
Yeah.
bosses, right? So we need to do the last section so we can get the achievement.
Yeah, so is this now the first boss of the last one, the High Tinker dude?
Yes, this is the first of the 3.
Okay.
We're going to watch through all 3, and then we'll skip through the first one again so we have it like fresh in our memory before we go in, alright?
Okay.
And then the only other thing to note, this is a normal and heroic guide. We're going to be doing LFR, okay? So you'll probably find things that he talks about in here. In fact, not even probably. You will 100% find things that he talks about in here that don't even happen in the raid.
In LFR.
Because LFR is designed for people who don't watch videos, who don't have any idea. You can basically just jump in and like, let's put it like this. If you wipe, if your raid wipes, your second try gives you a 10% health boost, 10% damage reduction, 10% damage increase, 10% tank increase. It basically just buffs the shit out of your group so that you will finish it the second time, 100% guaranteed. Okay.
But who had it the last time where they wiped 5 times?
Yes, but that's different. They're not doing LFR. You're doing normal and heroic.
5 times on an LFR?
Impossible.
I think it was someone.
I don't know. If they wipe 5 times on an LFR, I don't know, dude. They should have had like a 50% damage boost, 50% HP boost, and that's for every player in the raid. Like, it's not just the tanks getting HP and the DPS getting damage. And anyway, forget that. It's useless information. Let's watch.
Yeah, gooi it. So we have to click on the same time.
Is likely to be your real first
Actually,
test.
no. I'm supposed to be able to play and pause it myself, but I think it's lag.
Unforgiving, and you need to
If
rely
you
quite
pause
a
it,
bit
it
on
pauses
raid
by me.
communication.
Okay,
Let's jump
cool.
in with the basics.
Let me
Alright.
just
The tank
switch
you
off
need
So
to
my
we
rely
have
on
done
the
this
boss
one
is
before, I
electroshock
think.
Strike stacks. Each melee hit the boss does deals
No,
an
I don't
additional
think I
amount of
have
nature
done this
damage,
one
and this
before.
additional damage stacks if he hits the same target. So you want to taunt to reset it, roughly around the 8 stack mark. For everyone to watch out for is the Buster Cannon. This projectile was shot out of the...
I'm listening to the video and then hearing it through your speakers as well. Can you just mute your microphone while this is happening?
I'll mute it now.
Thank you.
location of a random player after a cast. If you're hit, it deals massive damage, followed by a very nasty dot. If healers aren't quick to top you, you'll definitely die shortly after getting hit. Keep an eye on the boss throughout the fight and be ready to dodge it whenever it's cast. Also to watch out for is Blast Off. The boss will create 2 targeting zones, one around him and one on a...
Okay, is it just me? The video is not
player.
moving.
After the
there we
cast,
go.
you'll do a large
Just
amount
me.
of
Fuck. Buffering?
damage to players within 10 yards of him, and an even larger amount of damage
Okay.
to anyone
Shouldn't
within range
be.
targeting
I'm
zone.
playing again.
This also just deals a moderate amount of flat raid-wide damage. Just move from both targeting circles and healers to top up the damage. We assigned a cooldown for each cast. Also to make sure you track is the Gigavolt charge debuffs. This debuff is applied to 3 random players and it deals light ticking damage for 15 seconds. When it expires, it applies a stronger debuff to all players within line of sight. If all 3 players let the debuff expires within line of sight of the raid, you'll very quickly wipe to the raid damage of the dot. Fortunately, there are multiple rock piles within the corners of the room. You want to run behind these with the debuff before it times out to make it safe. Whilst each player should really look to go behind their own rock pile, it is worth mentioning that rock piles towards the docks have multiple formations to hide behind. So if 2 people do go to the same side, you should still be able to only get hit by your own debuff. Now on Heroic, throughout the fight, Mechatalk will cast Wormhole Generator on a random player. After the cast has ended, this teleports the entire raid to that player. This can overlap with the Gigavolt debuffs, giving players less time to move out of line of sight. Just make a rule of always going to the middle of the room if you're targeted by the generator, so players with the debuff still have plenty of time to get behind any of the rocks. Now the last thing to mention in this phase, and probably the most important thing about the entire fight, is the Spark Bots. Throughout the fight,
That was
the
a
boss will call
really
these bots
cool
in, and when they land,
fucking
they'll fixate
add-on
around
he
the
had.
player and slowly move towards them, frequently casting
one that
spark
marks
bolts on their way,
everything.
which
Yeah.
deals damage and stuns anyone within 8 yards.
was like a
This
control
also
click
deals a
and it
small
brings
amount
up a
of
marking
unavoidable
thing.
damage to random players in the raid. Now these bots
They
can be
used it
crowd
again.
controlled
It
in
looks
most
quite
ways,
nice.
but knockbacks
See,
into
like I
roots
have
is
all the
best.
buttons across the
They
top
do,
of my
however,
screen and I click the
slowly
person,
gain
then
a
click the
movement
button, click
speed
the
and
person,
haste
click the
increase,
button.
which eventually turns into a buff, which significantly
It just
reduces
looks
the
like a
duration
lot
of crowd
quicker though.
control.
Yeah, it just
You need
looks
to kill
cool,
these bots before
because
they
it's
get
in the
to
middle
that
of your
stage,
screen as
but they
well,
take
like,
99%
yeah,
less damage
my
from
spells are at the
and
bottom and I have
attacks.
to move my mouse all
Fortunately,
the way
the
to the
boss
top
does
to
help you
mark
out with this
something, then
after
all
he
the way
has
down
spawned
again to
3
start
spark
casting.
bots by casting World Enlarger.
Yeah, he's just
This will
looks more
shrink
efficient
3
though.
random players in the raid. Whilst you're all
Huh.
shrunk down, you deal 99%
This is very much
less damage,
DPS based,
and you
what
can
he's
be
talking about. A
trampled
lot of
by
the stuff
normal
doesn't
sized
happen
raid
for tanks.
members. If a player runs over the
You
top
just
of
need to be
you'll
aware of it
stunned
so
for
you
a
can
second
move the
and
boss
take a
around
blast of
it
physical
properly.
damage, so people really need to watch out for these little guys. As a shrunk player, you can
Yeah,
directly
well, I'll
interact
try.
with the robots and enter them as a vehicle. Inside, you'll gain 5 buttons.
Like, tanks
You
really
need to
don't
enter
have
a
that many
3-button
jobs.
code to
Just
access
swap
a
at the right time
self-destruct
if it's
button,
double
and this
bosses
needs to
and
be
you need
done
to drop
within
stacks and
45
things.
seconds.
And
The only
otherwise,
issue
you
here
basically
is
just
that you
monitor the
don't know
raid and
what
make
your
sure
code
everybody's
is.
not being
Only
attacked by
other shrunk
anything.
players in other robots know what
And
your code is,
yeah,
as it is displayed one
fucking-
button at a time above your head. So all 3 players need to communicate to let each other know what their code is all at the same time. There is a few ways that this can be done. Notably, many weak auras and add-ons have been developed, enabling you to send whispers immediately to each player inside a robot to let them know what their code is. But at this current moment in time, we do not recommend it. In fact, some of the developers of these weak auras agree and say that using comms is better, but we do understand that it's not going to be the case for every guild, hence why we're mentioning it. However, we do not have any experience with these weak auras or add-ons, so we're just simply going to explain how we did it. We place raid icons on the robots as they spawn. The moment 3 players are shrunk, we assign one of them to be the leader of the group. It is that player's job to call out the code for the other 2 players. Once he's called for both of them, he will then ask for his own code and one of them will respond.
Okay,
This
so
will be repeated in
the way we do it with the codes for the colors. So in LFR and in Heroic, everyone in the raid can see the color. Oh no, in LFR and in, sorry, normal. Everyone in the raid can see the colors above the bot, except the person sitting in the bot, right? But you can see the colors above the other bots. In Heroic, only the people in the bots can see the colors in the other bots. So you have to make sure you do them at the same time, because if the first person gets kicked out without telling the last guy his color, he's stuck there.
That's bad.
But what
bad.
we do, I've never done it on Heroic, okay? I've never been past this boss on Heroic. I've only been to him and finished him on normal once. No, twice. Anyway,
Haven't
so
done
on
this
normal,
dude before, so
on normal, as a DPS, I would literally see somebody in a bot with nobody calling to him, and I'll literally just go stand. They have little rings around them on the edge of the ring, so I'm not getting hit by it, and just type the color while looking at him. So I'm standing in front of him, and he sees in the middle of his screen somebody typing a color to him. Like, it's really straightforward. They make it sound super complicated, and it does get complicated when you go Heroic and Mythic with only the bots being able to talk to each other, but other than that, I mean, it's piss easy. Okay, let's continue.
alright, well, that's...
until it's done 3 times, and the self-destruct button can be hit. So let's use this footage as an example. So the leader is telling the square robot, you are yellow. The cross robot, you are also yellow. And then he'll be asking what his own is. Once he knows what his is, he'll push that button, and then the cycle will repeat. Square robot, you are red.
That's nice. This guy
Cross
gets
robot, you
cool,
are purple.
colorful buttons.
And
I
then
don't
asking
get
again
those.
what his robot is.
Probably because I have too
He'll
many
push that
mods
button.
running.
Last time, square robot, you are purple. Cross robot, you are
I
yellow.
don't have a lot
and
of
asking
mods
for a
running,
final time what his own is. At which point, everyone can hit their self-destruct button.
Okay,
and
so you
continue
see
the
they
fight
were
as
doing it in
normal.
the sequence.
You
It
need
was
to do this
not
throughout the
tell
entire
them all
fight
their
to keep
colors
these
so
bots
they get
under
out. It
control
was tell
before
them
they do
each
raid
theirs,
damage too frequently
ask what
and
his
healers
is.
fall behind,
Tell
as
them
well as
theirs,
CC
ask
becoming
what his
useless
is.
on them.
And you have
Now,
to
if you
get 3
press the
colors
wrong
right in a
button
row.
or take longer than 45 seconds, you will be stunned and removed from the robot and get a really nasty 12-second dot. That
But
without
now
immense
does
spot
that work
healing
in
will
LFR
kill you
though?
very quickly.
I don't know.
Which on
I've
top
never
of not getting the
LFR'd
robot
this.
to even self-destruct is a
Both of us
really
are doing
bad
this
thing
for the
to
first
do.
time.
As one last tip to do with these robots, just take your time. You have 45 seconds to give each other 3 bits of information. Just take it chill and you'll be fine. Once you've managed to get the hang of that, you will get the boss to 40% health and you'll enter phase 2.
At this point, he'll jump into the air and take 99% less damage.
Yup.
He'll now begin to spawn exploding sheep
ignore him.
around the room. They stay dormant for a couple of seconds and then explode, dealing massive damage to anyone nearby, and then they'll shoot fire in all directions. Getting hit by one of these fires applies a really nasty stacking dot, so it's really important that you avoid them. Throughout the phase, he'll still continue to apply the Gigavolt debuffs to random people. You need to deal with them the exact same way. He'll also apply Shrunk to far more players, so you need to be careful of trampling your small friends. This is made worse when Wormhole Generator is cast. If you all immediately move, the Shrunk players will be crushed instantly. We make a rule of letting the small people move first, wait a second or two, and then the big guys can move. Once you manage to survive through that, the boss will return and phase 1 will begin again. However, the boss is now buffed with Hyperdrive. This increases his attack speed by 30%, and he'll begin to do unavoidable raid damage periodically. To add, he will now spawn the sheep during this
Good
phase, so
fucking
you're going to
God.
have to continue to avoid them.
It just
The
becomes
worst thing
more and
about
more
this
of a
final
shit
phase
fest as
is
the
that
fight
instead of
goes on.
spawning one robot at a time, he will now begin to spawn 2 robots at a
This
time.
is a
And the
lot
thing
of
is,
shit. You
he
have to
doesn't
pay
shrink
attention
6
to
players,
this.
he will still only shrink 3. This
Your
means that this final part of the
DBM is up to
encounter is a
date, right?
complete
Daily
race
boss
to the
mod.
end. You've just got to nuke the boss
Yeah, I
down
just
before your healers
updated
fall
it.
too far behind
Okay,
to
good.
see all the
You
raid
logged on.
damage coming in from
Good,
the
good.
robots.
Always
Whilst the
keep your
shrunk
add-ons
players that
up
you
to
do
date.
have do try and alleviate some of the raid damage by destroying whatever robots they can. But that's the encounter. Good luck in a pug.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you do want a written counterpart for this guide that has loads of useful information and tooltips that you can...
Okay, so we're gonna stop that right there, not go on to the next video. I'm gonna minimize that. Can you keep Chrome minimized or do you close it? Do you want to watch through all of them?
No? Fine.
We just do one boss at a time.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Surely there should be another tank that all know the tactics and more DPS.
True. Because like when we get to the next boss, I'm just gonna put this on my side screen while we're walking there killing ads and watch it while we're killing the ads.
Same as me, I just leave it on the one screen.
Okay, cool.
Oh, are you gonna kill us?
I literally am. I'm just trying to find where in the fuck the Q button is for LFR because I haven't played WoW in decades. I mean, 3 days.
Yeah, well, it's a bit long, eh?
Raid Finder, Battle for Desaralor, Mecha Storm, and Lady Jaina. That one.
How do you do that? Do you just look for a pre-made group?
Okay, I'll walk you through it. Push Shift H. We're about to do LFR of the last part because both of us need it, Cameron. And I was just thinking about how you need to update your add-ons all the time.
I'll update them now.
Because your BF, whatever that fucking mod thing for pull timers never works because it's always out of date.
That is very true.
Okay.
I'm updating now.
And you're also very soft compared to everyone else.
You probably turned me down.
I just checked and I haven't.
I thought it was just a mental thing, but okay.
Okay, Shift H will open player versus player stuff. You go to Dungeons and Raids at the bottom. And then instead of using Dungeon Finder or Pre-Made, you're using Raid Finder in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the drop down, we're doing Battle of Desaralor, and the bottom one, Victory or Death, which if you hover over it, you'll see as Mecha Talk, Stormwall, and Lady
Frostbit
Jaina.
was moved to your channel.
So we're doing right at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one more below that, Crucible Storms,
Dude, I can't
but it's not
without
unlocked
it,
yet.
like, your channel because you guys are in my channel.
You can make an HQ channel instead of an alt lobby. That's why there's 2 lobby creators.
Frostbit left your channel.
What did he wanna do?
He wanted to make his own channel, but we're in his channel, so it moves him back here instead of making a duplicate channel.
You were moved to R3v07. Jethro was moved to Grimazon was moved to your channel.
Okay, so we should be searching LFR. Yeah, 1 out of 2 tanks, 0 out of 5 healers, 1 out of 18 DPS. Average wait time, 3
Fantastic.
minutes. So,
Oh,
okay, let's play the second video while we wait for that then.
I'm just gonna mute the mic.
Cool.
Hello guys and welcome to the Fat Boss Guide to the Stormwall Blockade.
Yes, this 2-phase encounter is a big step up in the instance and requires precise coordination in the final phase to stop yourself from
I
being
have
overrun.
tried this. I've
To
never
add, the
finished
healing
it
and
though.
damage requirement is much higher than what you've seen so far. But either way, let's jump into the fight from the very beginning.
So before you pull the boss, you want to split the raid evenly into 2 groups.
Yeah,
one group
2
for the left
boats.
boat and one for the right. The ships can be accessed by clicking on the pterodactyls at
Oh,
the end
nothing
of the
is
dock.
playing for me.
Each ship has its own mini boss.
Okay, I'm starting it again. Remember, each time a video starts, you need to push play, change the quality, and push play again.
Hello guys and welcome to the Fat Boss Guide to the Stormwall
What the
Blockade.
hell is
Yes, this
happening?
2-phase
It's not
encounter is a
even
big
allowing
step up
me
in
to
the
enlarge
instance and
it.
requires...
You can reload your page. It's a YouTube add-on, embed bug. Ah, is this where the cooking trainer is? The more you know.
Okay, so you should be able to play it now if you need to.
Okay.
Hello guys and welcome to the Fat Boss Guide to the
Working?
Storm
Cool.
Arcade.
Yes, this two-phase encounter is a big step up in the instance and requires precise coordination in the final phase to stop yourself from being overrun. To add, the healing and damage requirement is much higher than what you've seen so far. But either way, let's jump into the fight from the very beginning.
So before you pull the boss, you want to split the raid evenly into two groups. One group for the left boat and one for the right. The ships can be accessed by clicking on the pterodactyls at the end of the dock. Each ship has its own mini-boss and their own mechanics, however on Heroic they will swap ships, so it's important to know how both of them work. Sister Catherine is the most punishing boss. Apart from doing large unavoidable raid damage with her jolting volley, she will cast Voltaic Flash. This causes orbs to spawn on one side of the ship, and shortly afterwards they'll fire to the opposite side in a straight line, dealing massive nature damage to anyone hit. These orbs are predictable and you have plenty of time to move from them. There are multiple different patterns you can learn, but ultimately all of them are countered just by standing towards the middle of the ship and just reacting fast to when they spawn. She'll also cast Crackling Lightning on a random player. This creates a large zone around the player that deals a burst of nature damage to people once it has expired, and then it will stay on the ground. Shortly afterwards it will explode again, dealing huge damage to anyone within 12 yards and also silence them. The moment the ability is targeted on you, you'll want to move to one side of the ship with it, whilst other players move towards the opposite side to completely negate the damage and the silence. When she casts Electric Shroud, she'll gain a damage absorption shield and begin to channel onto the last boss on the docks, giving him a load of energy. It's vital that this cast is interrupted as the energy must remain low on that boss at all times. You however need to break the shield first to be able to interrupt the channel. Let's look at Brother Joseph next.
Now he also deals large unavoidable raid damage with his tidal volley, but most important to watch out for is the Sea Storm. This places multiple debuffs on random players on the ship, and shortly afterwards all players will drop a patch on the ground, which instantly deals a burst of damage to all players within 5 yards. The patch itself slows you and deals light ticking frost damage. It's important that you do not stack to drop these, as the initial burst of damage with the volley damage at the same time might one-shot you. When you do have this debuff, you just want to place these towards the edges of the ship if possible. Now you can use these patches for when Cease Temptation is cast. This will spawn a siren on the edge of the ship that will target a single player with Tempting Song. This will cause the player to move uncontrollably towards the siren until they reach her and jump off the ship to their death. You've got to kill the siren before the player gets there, and by having the player targeted stand within one of the Sea Storm patches, this will actually increase the amount of time you have to swap and kill the siren off before the player reaches them. Ultimately, you can also use a life grip to save a player, and if your DPS is shit hot, you don't even need to use the Sea Storm patches. Also to note, just like the sister, he will gain an absorb shield and channel into the boss on the docks. You want to burst the shield down and interrupt the channel immediately. That's all of their abilities, however there is one final thing to go over before we talk about Phase 2. On Heroic, at 50% health, these guys will swap ship, however they do not share a health pool. This potentially means that you could have one ship with both bosses simultaneously, which is really bad, as the other ship with no boss will instead be bombarded with large targeting circles until the other boss teleports over. It's vital that you keep an eye on health percentages and slow down on your side if you need to, in order for both of them to transition at the exact
but
same
that happens
time.
all the time in
This
this
also
game.
applies to their deaths on both difficulties. The moment one of them dies, an image of them will appear and begin to channel far more energy onto the boss on the docks. This cannot be interrupted. By having them both die at the same time, these images will not spawn long enough for it to matter. Now once you've got the hang of that, and both of them are killed, you can click on the translocation pedestal, which will take you back to the port, and Phase 2 will begin.
Now as you arrive, the boss will be casting Catastrophic Tides. As the boss is not at 100% energy yet, this will be interruptible. You'll want to interrupt it late to give enough time for your healers to gain some mana back, as this is the best point for a channel potion. You now need to kill the boss before he hits 100% energy and casts a second time, with this time it not being interruptible. After the interrupt, you want to move into two groups, one in melee and one at range. Throughout this phase, the boss will cast Sea Swell. This spawns a patch of freezing tide pool under every player in the raid after a second or so. These patches deal ticking damage to anyone stood within them. By having stacked groups, you have a lot more space in the room. You just need to make sure that you move immediately as a group when the Sea Swell cast is finished, as when the patches land, they deal a burst of damage to anyone stood within them, pretty much one-shotting anyone too slow to move. The melee group takes a snake-like path as these spawn, spawning them right
At the
next
same
to the
time,
boss,
how the fuck
then
have we
patch
not found a
behind,
group yet?
then
Like,
to the left,
really?
and then directly in front, and
Oh,
so
like
on.
really,
This gives them
like
way more
really,
space long-term than
That's
just moving
real.
from
It's
right
fucking
to left
ridiculous,
or left
eh?
to right. As for the range group, they can essentially take any
Like
path
my
they
view.
like, as they have
Like
far
on
more room
Just
to work with.
re-accept
Now, whilst
the
these
search,
patches
Grim.
do remain on the ground permanently and will never despawn,
Grim.
there is a way to clear them.
We're playing
Early into
WoW,
the phase, a single
trying to get
player
an
will be
LFR
debuffed with
for the
Storm
last
Whale.
boss.
While you have this debuff, you take ticking damage, but running over the patches will completely clear them. However, when the debuff times out, you'll spawn an energized storm ad on top of it. These ads will slowly move towards the boss and cast energizing wake, giving the boss an absolute shitload of energy.
If you're wanting to play Apex, I know Helios is playing at the moment and they normally have one slot, so chat with them.
Good idea.
Now it depends on your composition.
But I am in a Dota right now,
ideally
so.
range DPS alone should be enough to kill these ads, but if you do spawn any of the ads in a shit location close to the boss, melee may be forced to swap to them as well. Now on normal mode, whenever an ad is killed, Storm's Wail will immediately be applied to a random player in your raid. That player just needs to clear up the patches and time the debuff out far away from the boss. You'll need to find a balance of how many DPS are needed to kill the ad, whilst you also still have DPS timing down the boss. But do note, as this phase goes on, you will have one additional Storm's Wail coming at some point, meaning eventually you're going to have to deal with 2 ads at the same time. Just continue to spawn them far from the boss, keep them slowed, and it shouldn't be an issue. As for Heroic, when the ad dies, it'll spawn an energized remnant on the ground. If a player runs over this orb, it'll give them Storm's Wail, and you can repeat what you've just been doing. However, if you instantly pick it up every single time, the boss is likely not to die, as your DPS will be spending all of their time on ads rather than getting damage in on the boss.
Been there.
The problem is with this orb is that whilst it does remain on the ground, it'll just deal ever-increasing ticking damage to the entire raid. We would typically leave the orb until the raid reaches around 12 to 15 stacks, and use healing cooldowns towards the later ticks to keep the raid healthy. At which point, we'd either have a monk or a rogue pick up the orb and run about soaking all the patches of Freezing Tide Pool from the Sea Swell casts. Focusing on melee patches first, and then range, as you want the debuff to expire and spawn a new ad near the range camp. This works perfectly fine for one ad, however towards the later stages of the encounter the boss will introduce, again just like normal mode, another Storm's Wail on a random player, giving you a brand new ad to work with on top of the other one. And this is where the difficulty of the phase really lies on Heroic. Having to deal with 2 ads simultaneously can really make damaging the boss really difficult, and to add, when both Energized Storm ads do die, both of them will also leave orbs which will both stack on the raid at the same time, meaning that you have to pick up both of them earlier than you usually would. Ideally you want to stagger the ads' deaths, you only ever have 1 orb on the ground at a time, but that isn't always easy as you have to kill them before they reach the boss, which stops you from slowing any damage on them. Tanks however can help with this a shitload.
Now throughout the phase, the boss will hit tanks with kelp-wrapped fists. This applies a stacking dispellable dot which caps out at 5 stacks. If you dispel the debuff or when it times out, it will apply a debuff on all players and storm ads nearby, increasing the damage they take, and this will scale with however many stacks you had when it applies to the storm ads. So the moment an ad spawns, the tanks will want to swap and the debuff tank must move next to that ad and call for a dispel. This will kill the ad off far quicker, allowing DPS to get more damage onto the boss. This debuff also helps out greatly when dealing with 2 ads simultaneously. Tanks just need to make sure that one of you is always within melee range, as the boss does have a pretty nasty reaching attack, which will quickly kill random people off. Now the last thing to mention in this phase is the Ire of the Deep. The boss will cast this frequently throughout the phase, spawning targeting zones somewhere on the docks. After 4 seconds, the zone will explode, dealing gigantic raid-wide damage, so you need to soak it to prevent the damage. We use a team of hunters and healers to soak this patch. You shouldn't really need more than 3 players to soak each patch, but the more the merrier, as the damage is split between everyone within. Just note that these patches will overlap the Sea Swell cast, so you'll try to want to stack on one side of the patch rather than spread randomly within it. But that's the fight. Our only other advice is just to make sure that you have us done at a point where all 3-minute cooldowns are up, and generally an ad is just done, as this allows you to have maximum incoming damage onto the boss. If you are, however, struggling at points where maybe 2 ads are active at the same time, it might be worth using it there instead. It's something that you have to work on yourselves as you progress through this last phase.
But thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to refresh your minds on anything we've gone over during this video, or would just like to have handy notes ready for your raid, then check out our guide over on Wowhead.
Trying to down Jaina. Need to down
Before we go,
Jaina.
make sure you hit that like button if the guide helps you out or your guild, and we'll catch you all.
What does Thursday have to do with anything?
It's just some fucking Wednesday, dude.
I don't give a fuck when the reset is. I play WoW like once or twice a month. Okay, Grim, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
So this is going terribly. I had like not a single DPS healer or tank has joined our LFR queue. So what I'm thinking is we'll watch through the last video and then maybe like we don't actually need to do all of it. We only really need to do Jaina. So maybe we can try and join a normal raid that's at Jaina and just do Jaina. It'll be a little difficult. Yeah, it'll be a little difficult to find one that's needing a tank, but I'm sure like eventually one will pop up. So we'll look for that. while we're searching for LFR. Okay.
Did I not just change to DPS and just do it DPS?
You can. Are you not? You need to be queued as tank and DPS. Yeah. Queue as both, dude. Because you don't need to tank per se. It's just I can't do anything other than DPS, so.
You just queue as both. And now? Is this now a normal group you're looking for?
No, this is a normal LFR. We want to be queued like that for LFR. Now we're going to watch the last boss, and when I search for normal groups, it's going to be just the last boss. But if we get LFR, it'll be all 3 of them, right?
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Just in terms
Hopefully
of doing as much as possible to try and get this highest chance.
Hopefully we don't only start at 12 o'clock tonight.
Well, that's why I'm trying to get out of the fucking LFR thing. Okay, click play on the next video. Change your quality.
Refresh the browser.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Fat Boss Guide to Lady Jaina Proudmoore.
So this final
Find that shit. Okay, eventually load it. Click play, click pause, click play.
Yeah, so I've
Hey
never,
guys, and welcome to the Fat Boss Guide to Lady Jaina
I've never
Proudmoore.
downed that
So this final
second
boss is
boss,
an
the one
epic
that we
encounter,
just
but
watched.
surprisingly for
Okay,
the boss
mouse,
fight,
can
it
you
is
stop
actually
double clicking? I've never downed the Stormwall blockade, so I've never seen Jaina, so for me this is also a first watching this video. Okay.
difficult, especially during phase 1 and 2. However, the final phase, if you do it incorrectly, can cause you to wipe very quickly as you just sit in a frozen tomb contemplating what you're doing with your life. Anyway, let's jump in with the start of the fight.
So the start of the fight takes place on a ship with Jaina and a couple of marine ads. The marine ads will place down charges that will explode after so long, dealing damage to everyone on the entire ship. You can pick up the charges and throw them overboard using your extra action button. Aside from that, they'll fixate random players and melee hit them, but all forms of CC work, and providing that DPS swap to them quickly as they spawn throughout the phase, you should be able to kill them well before they reach anyone. Now throughout the phase, alliance ships will pull alongside your one and bombard the raid, causing multiple zones to spawn underneath players. Shortly afterwards, these zones will be hit and cause you to take a burst of damage and be knocked back if you're stood within them. Afterwards, fire is left behind. You can fight the ships off by using the siege vehicles on your own. Each shot has roughly a 10-second recharge, and you'll need to hit the attacking ship 6 times on heroic and 3 times on normal. As you have 3 vehicles, if you're quick you can fight them off within 12 seconds or so. We assign a player to each vehicle so that the attacking ship is shot immediately. Now the fires from the bombard, however, can set the vehicles alight, preventing you from using them. Fortunately, Jaina helps you out here, and throughout the fight she'll cast Avalanche. This will debuff 1 tank and 2 other random players. On normal mode this only debuffs the tank. Over the duration of the debuffs, comets will fire down and land at your locations, dealing massive damage if you're hit by them. These comets do fortunately clear the fire.
Sid joined your channel.
Out, run over fire to remove it, whilst keeping clear of other debuff players to prevent
dude,
you
to
from
play
accidentally
another one,
killing
this
each
is
other.
going longer
Do
than
not,
I thought
however,
it
clear
would.
the entire ship. You ideally want at least 1
Sid
patch
left
of fire
your channel.
remaining. This is because Jaina applies Chilling Touch to players when they're hit by some of her abilities. This dot slows your movement speed and can stack. If you ever reach 20 stacks and drop below 80% health, you'll be placed in an ice block, unable to move or use spells until the raiders killed your ice block off, which has a fair amount of health, so it can take a while. Standing in the fire, however, will completely remove all of your stacks, and this is most important for tanks. Jaina doesn't actually melee hit, and instead she'll spam cast Ice Shard. This deals a burst of physical damage and applies a stacking debuff that increases the damage you take from this ability by 10%. As you guessed, this also applies Chilling Touch stacks. So you want to tank swap around 10 to 12 stacks of the Ice Shard and run into any fire to reset your Chilling Touch.
Wow, they
stacks
actually
whenever
mentioned
you
a
can.
tank
Now, these
fucking
fires
tactic.
are also useful for when the boss casts Ring of Ice. At 100% energy, she'll
that's
cast
fairly
this
new
ability,
to me, though.
creating a large zone of ice around her. At the end of the cast,
That's like
anyone
fucking
within the
Wrath of the
circle will
Lich
take a
King,
large
Ice
burst
King
of damage
style.
and be frozen for 30 seconds. Everyone outside of the circle takes far less damage and is just rooted instead. So the moment this cast begins, you want everyone to move from the circle and stand in a fire patch. This will instantly remove the roots.
Do you see that
Speaking of
excludes the
roots,
tank?
Jaina will also randomly root people throughout this phase when she casts
Yep.
Grasp of
Okay.
Frost. This is unavoidable, and instead of relying on fires,
me
you
just
should just
put
have
this a
healers
bit
quickly dispel the
softer.
effect, especially if a Ring of Ice is due, as you do not want melee rooted within a circle cast, unable to escape it. Now one of the last things to mention in this phase is her Freezing Blast. This ability is cast towards the tank, and at the end of the cast she'll fire off a large narrow cone of ice. This deals a big burst of damage and knocks you back a fair distance. Tanks, you just want to face the boss away from the raid at all times.
Yeah, this
and if
is
for whatever
the,
reason it does end up going towards the raid,
what I
make sure
wanted
that you move out of it, because
to
if you are knocked back off the ship, you will
to
just
get
die.
for trans
Now,
mode.
last to note is
I've
that
linked it to
80%
you there in
health
the
she will
chat.
cast Time Warp. This causes her just to cast her ability
in-game.
faster and more
Yeah, no,
frequently.
in
This
game,
doesn't
yeah.
really have
Okay,
any
let's
real
see.
Body
effect
chat.
on the phase, really. Just be ready to move out of the ring of ice quicker, as the
Okay,
cast time
nice.
will be 30% faster.
Yeah, it
Now, once
all
you get up to
good. Where are
60%
you?
health, the first
On the
intermission
tongue
will begin.
of Desaralor.
Jaina will teleport into the ocean, give
If
you
you
some
just
RP,
turn around
and then we'll freeze
behind
the
you,
ship
then
and the
you'll see
surrounding
why
location.
that
You've got to
colour
jump
would
off the
suit
ship
with
and go
the-
and find her, and interrupt her Howling Winds cast to
Oh,
boost
you're
her
using
sort of
that
going.
As you run
red
towards her,
armor.
your
Yeah, I've
vision is
got that.
limited,
That's
and you
cool.
have to dodge tornadoes that knock you back and deal huge damage. These
Black
tornadoes
belt,
move
though.
back and forth, and as a result are pretty
Black
easy
belt.
Yeah, I
to
need to
predict.
change the belt.
Jaina will also be sending out glacial
You know what else you
shards.
can get?
If you're hit by one of
Let me
these, you're
just have a look
instantly
through my-
frozen in an ice block, which isn't ideal whatsoever, as you can potentially be frozen outside the next encounter space. We have rogues run ahead with
Like
Cloak
the
of Shadows up
transmog
and
dude.
interrupt her immediately.
So what?
But
Two-handed
ultimately,
sword,
You do
eh?
have a lot of time here. There is no
Yeah.
reason to rush. Just make sure you avoid everything and get Now, before we dive into this
Look at
phase,
that.
Going
let's
as a
tank.
explain the core
Cool.
mechanics here. So chilling touch stacks in this phase will be applied to everyone in the raid every 6 seconds or so. The only way to reset them during this
Yeah,
phase
but
is
now
using
the
the
question
3
is, where the
unexploded
hell do you get
ordnance
them?
barrels. These barrels always
can
spawn in
always
the exact
Google
same
for how to
locations
get
and can
something,
only
but
be
like-
used once each. The barrels are buffed with refractive ice, which causes them to take no.
Well,
Okay, I'm pausing that on the
here we
second
go.
screen. And we're doing Raid Finder, so it's all 3 bosses.
fantastic. Oh, I'm a tank.
Cool.
Good as a tank.
Buy that, sell trash, eat food.
Oh, they're killing heads here.
Yeah, they are. I'm buffing up at the moment.
Shit. Does damage though. So what is our other thing?
He's a warrior. You're about to see the shittest, I mean the best tank in the game.
What, the warrior?
The tank with the most dodge and avoid. So it supposedly takes the least damage because it just never gets hit.
Yeah, I saw a nice Tauren warrior now there on top of it. Great seal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yes. Nice transmog. Yeah, he's full 425. Eh?
Yeah.
Man,
That's crazy.
he's full.
470.
That what's his transmog said? For his shoulders, the the skull of some gorilla. That actually looks quite decent. But now on someone as small as my little characters, it won't look as nice though.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Yes.
Taurens just look great in certain pieces of armor because they're fucking huge.
That guy fucking
Yep.
destroyed me.
Okay. Well,
Well, here we go. If we die, we die, eh?
mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Step this thing, dodge. The ones to eventually dodge.
Beautiful. I mean, that spawned in the middle of the raid.
Fantastic, eh?
Salafar.
Ooh, I'm taking a lot of damage though. Definitely on these.
I'm looking at your full HP bar, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you're attempting to heal me in life.
No.
Or you're attempting to do damage.
Never in a million years. Trying to do damage. Holding that top DPS position. Thank you very much.
I see you're gonna coach me on a paladin. Like,
Damien is the paladin guy. Apparently. I don't know. I've taught myself pretty much everything. Maybe a few bits of information and tips from him. But I wouldn't say anything
3,
major.
2, 1.
yeah, but does he only tank as paladin or does he do
I don't
damage
tank
as paladin?
though.
Oh, I'm shrunk, so I don't know how long I'll be shrunk for. 40
Oh
seconds.
fuck, I'm typing in party, man.
Know
What's
me. Know me.
Like a boss, dude.
Look.
It's because I just start typing and I expect it to be in fucking say, because when it's a normal raid, my chat automatically switches to say for raid groups.
Doesn't look like we're struggling much for this, dude.
It's LFR. Really shouldn't.
Run away, little girl. Run away. Beware.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
None of the shrunk people getting in the fucking mechs, which is why they're all running around stunning half the raid the whole time. Try to stay out of those blue rings, just pull the boss around if you have to.
I'm trying,
Okay, just saying.
but this is now the thing. The other thing's
4,
not working.
3, 2,
Because
1.
Okay, so that thing goes up in the air?
Just pulls it.
Shrunk on me. Okay, cool, I'm in one.
Beware.
I'm not in anything. How many people are in freaking?
Oh, we can
robots?
see our own fucking colors in LFR? God, that is overpowered as shit, dude. Okay, so that's how easy LFR is. Nobody even has to fucking call for you. You just get in, push your colors, and get the fuck out.
3, 2,
And I haven't seen
One.
anybody getting the electric bursts that make them need to run behind the rocks either.
Beware.
Look, nobody did in the last phase, so now I've been shrunk. There's no fucking robots.
Yeah, I'm shrunk as well.
You're a tank. Whoa, that's dodgy.
Beware.
Yeah, no. That's
You
a
take
problem.
more damage when you're shrunk. That's why I'm saying it's dodgy. And dodge the exploding
Flame
sheep.
shot.
Yeah, the flames, the exploding sheep, the...
Beware.
Well, that took me off top DPS. Can I take it back? Yes, I can. Suck a fat one.
Yeah, by me, you still second. 10k.
Oh no, he's taken... Fuck you, you're gonna make me pop cooldowns for this.
Run away, little girl.
Probably.
Beware.
Come on, first, give me first!
Yo, just. Spamming everything.
Run away, little girl.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Problem is, he can get back on the boss when it jumps so quickly, and I have this delay where I have to run over to it. He just jumps into the air and glides after it.
Oh, what is he, a demon hunter?
Yeah. Come on! Fuck!
Oh, people just do damage. Kill this.
Run away, little girl.
Yes! By 0.4. Fuck you!
Well done, well done. Why
What
is it
is
still saying I
some
need to
kind of
attack
ad
this
or
thing?
something there that we need to kill still. Oh. Not that it could even give me an item worth using. Do you need a 375 trinket?
No. Oh. I'll use it eventually. Better than I have now. I think I got the same one.
That's one alliance hero down. But I want your blades.
Like you can replace your red button. What is that? Oh no, that gives
Yeah.
you leech. This one doesn't give you leech. This just gives strength.
Oh.
But come here and trade me. It won't be bad for you. Where are you?
I
Out of
have the
range.
same one, I think.
Do you?
Got an arrow with your
Yep.
name.
Rampaging amplitude gigavolt engine.
Yep.
Okay.
370. Mine's only 370.
Yeah, I got a 375 upped by 5. If you want to wear it, you can. You could replace that one
Yeah.
trinket I see that's lower level.
Why not? Yeah, it'll be the red
Because every time you take an item away from me, it makes it harder for me to get my fucking upgrades for my other things because I scrap it for mats. So don't scam items off of me, but if it's going to do anything for you, I'll give it always.
button. I'll swap you the lower one if you want that one. You can scrap that one.
Oh, did you just get it off this boss?
Yep.
Oh yeah, then please, I'll scrap that.
Just hang on, I think we are in combat.
Yeah, you
not
can't
too
in
much.
combat, yeah.
Let me just see. So put that on here.
Blockade broken and these docks secured.
370? Oh wait.
There you go.
Yeah, let's do that. Cool. Then I'll still get something from that. That's cool. Thank you.
No problem. Look at this little tank charging in here. I don't know, I've never been fond of the big bulky Taurens and Orcs.
I don't like them either.
Yeah, they are too bulky. With bulky characters like that in general. They have characters like that in Guild Wars as well.
Yeah. Some people just
they
like
just-
being big, dude. Like it's just
Yeah,
what
that's
they
true.
want
They like
in
being
games.
Animals, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
I
they
have
just
no
don't
desire,
look
dude.
smooth when they attack though. It doesn't look smooth when they move or attack or do anything. Like they, you know, they've got a whole toilet stuck up their ass.
Oh, that guy has one serious fucking AoE build. I cannot get near his DPS in this fucking thing.
Yes.
Dude, he's 10k higher than me.
Yeah, but you spec for single spec.
Yeah,
or
for single target.
Yeah.
It's crazy DPS difference though. Yeah, it's like being
Same
Frost
as
or
me with
Unholy.
Unholy. I've just gone single target DPS for Unholy. If I do the rotation right, I do about between 14 and 15 using my tank gear.
Okay.
If I do the rotation right. If not, I only do about 7.
Fair enough. So you're somewhere in the ballpark of like 10 to 12 with a couple of fuck ups here and there.
Yep.
Oh, that's fine.
It's not bad.
For your eye level, it's fine.
But if I bought the proper DPS gear for what I need, then it would be better.
Yeah.
Because remember, none of this has crit. I don't have any form of crit on.
Yeah,
Or
you've
the
got
Unholy, I
mostly
need more
versatility and we don't use versatility at all as DPS units. It's all haste and crit.
Yep. guy's taking it. Oh, hopefully this will be a fairly quick boss. You can actually see what the last one looks like. I think I've done this one once on that rogue account I was using, which we wiped fairly quick.
Oh, for God's sakes. Sorry, guys.
Inexcusable.
I suppose if Weaver gets fed, it's also a good thing.
Oh, that's not nice. I don't like being thrown in there, thank you. This looks like a very low eye level other secondary tank.
I'm sure everyone here is low eye level, dude. This is Raid Finder. It's the lowest form of raid that you're supposed to do at like 350 eye level. 360. 350, 360? We're just doing it for the ease of killing the last boss.
Yep, pretty much.
So
Which
one
side are you
tank,
going?
one tank each side. So go somewhere. If you see the tank there, come back and go to the other one or something. I'll go left with you. Yeah. Almost always.
I don't know
do
whether
that.
that.
Let's see. The other tank is this side. Yes, he is. Go back. Click this orb thing.
And go the other way.
Yeah. Right side. Okay, except the majority of DPS is on this side. Okay, so I'm going back to DPS on the other side. Sorry.
Okay. Someone else is following you.
Yeah. It's too much
5,
DPS.
4, 3, 2,
Okay,
1.
we're good.
And I'm hoping there's a healer on this side.
There should be plenty in this raid. It's 5. And I've only got...
Would be funny if you had 3 or 4 there.
3.
Beware.
It wasn't fall.
Well, 5. I mean, that's half of them.
Looks like doing damage here though.
Jesus, that thing is on half HP already. Ours is only on 80%. This is going to be a big problem if they need to die at the same time.
We'll just have to try and get that side. I don't know.
No, it makes the boss in the second part stronger if they don't die at the same time.
I don't know, but I'm tanking the shit out of whatever this dude is doing.
Okay.
Are you running around on the boat?
I'm on the other boat, but yeah, we are running around after these fucking electric balls on this side.
Beware.
Dude is dead.
Yep, ours is on 47%.
Ah, it's moored me here to you.
Yeah.
Should have taken you back to the dock. Or did it bring you?
I clicked the thing and it took me straight to your side.
Okay, so LFR brings us together. Yeah. Okay, so in normal, you would have clicked the thing and it would have taken you to the dock, and we would have been left here fighting this while you fought the boss, getting bonus damage stacks because our guy is still alive. And then there, when we kill the last one, we can all use the orb to get back and fight the boss. So he gets released and he sort of like walks forward. Never mind, he teleports forward now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
all the range DPS stack in
Once
one
you'll
spot
be
at the back, all the melee DPS one spot at the front.
1.
Because when this thing casts, we need
Someone says seven.
to move. That shit on the ground is dot damage.
Haha.
Doesn't someone get a debuff?
Yeah, the debuff for the ad. This is LFR, so at the moment it's looking like... Ah, there's the ad.
Didn't even lock it.
Would be nice if someone can clean it here at the front, though.
That's me.
3, 2, 1.
That's me. This is true. That's true. Hey.
3, 2, 1.
Do you think they'll taste nice together? Combo. Don't think so. I will try it one day though.
Oh, he's taking quite long to die. So where's your damage now?
1.
I'm in and out of ads or boss, ads, boss, all over the place.
That's why I asked if they'll taste
Healing, debuffing, my damage is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do.
I'm healing the healers that don't want to heal themselves, apparently.
3, 2.
They're healing everybody else, and that's fantastic, because they keep healing me. But I'm healing them.
Is someone healing me?
Occasionally I heal you. See, look at that Zamira guy, just drops all the way down. I click one heal on it and he's back to like full HP again because he has such a small HP bar.
I don't think it'll work on me though.
1.
My heal crits at like 40,000. But standard it's somewhere like 18 to 22.
So I'm without buffs, I'm on I think 300k health.
Yeah.
Now with buffs.
GG.
Oh, I don't even have buffs. No one's buffed me. Oh well.
Where do I get my fucking item from this? I'm assuming it's where everybody's standing and I just can't see it. Yeah.
Probably is.
Oh yeah, more augment runes. Oh my god.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I just got augment runes.
Nice.
Try to redeem myself by playing the same character and fucking lost again.
Yeah, well. Kill Jaina and then we can sleep.
And it makes you feel so much worse, Jet, because you're like, because the second time you play it, you know how you fucked up the first time. Like, as you're playing, you're like, yeah, that's what I did.
And there's
I'm gonna fix it.
intelligence heroes, and I'm like, this is perfect anti-mage time. I picked anti-mage by mistake the last game. Literally by mistake. I tried to ban him and I clicked on him. And fucking yeah. Anyway, it all went downhill from there. Then I was like, okay, well,
AM's
there's a team with
block.
3 intelligence heroes, and fucking boom. They take
Watch intelligence heroes because, like, you know, AM has, like, his passive bubble is an active now, hey?
And
I mean, obviously you just played 2 games with him. You should know exactly what his abilities do. But like, the passive is an active that you activate, and then it blocks. It sends the next spell back to the caster. So like, if you activate it and Shadow Shaman grips you, he just sits there gripping himself. You lost a brother. Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
Then you would have been wise to run while you still had the chance. You will pay for your crimes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
this fire does damage though.
Yeah, it does. Keep out the fire. What the fuck was that?
Some random shit.
Huge ass fucking line of ice. Sure. And I didn't get any DBM warning about that cost.
4,
Neither did I.
2, 1.
Run away, little girl.
Run away. Oh. Not you.
I'm just standing here. Well, I'm in a
Yeah,
nice
you
block,
just
both of us.
fucking tank it. That's bad. Not both of you. Oh, fuck. You need to switch stacks so you're not so high that one of you stays unfrozen when that changeover happens.
Yep.
Switch stacks at 10, hey?
Oh, I need to find which stack am I looking for. Chilling
Look at your
touch, I'm on
debuffs.
yeah, I'm on 6 stacks.
Yeah, so at 10, just write taunt or pull or switch or something to the fucking boss. The boss. Yeah, write to the boss. Maybe he'll forgive you. To the other tank.
Or just walk over the flames and then it just takes it away.
Does it?
Yep.
The more you
4,
know.
3,
Then your stacks start
2,
from scratch.
1.
I'll do that.
Damn beach. Well, I'm on 28 stacks now. Well,
It's okay, you said you can clear it on fire.
no,
Then
I'm
just
blocked.
wait for the fire. Okay, tell me when your ice locked. I will be there fucking instantly.
It's alright. Someone fixed me. This is quite a difficult boss. And this
Well,
is just
it
on
is the
LFR.
last boss at the moment. Yeah, this is only LFR.
Imagine now we had to do this on heroic for the first time.
Jesus Christ. Imagine doing this on normal. Fuck.
That will need the guild though.
4,
Someone
And
that
then-
actually knows what to do.
Yeah, you need to know perfectly what every ability does.
Yep.
Are you frozen again? Yes.
Nope. I'm
No,
not.
okay. Just the other guy this time.
Yeah, I ran like a little bitch.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, now I need to shoot those ships.
Okay, that's cool. We
Oh,
cross
really?
over to that ship?
Huh?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm pretty sure this didn't happen in the video we watched.
No?
Okay.
Ah, X6.
Three, two, one.
Beware.
Cool. Just blast me into the huge damage spell that she's casting.
Yes, that's right.
Chilling touch on me, but I can't move. Fuck off.
Neither can I.
Fucking boss is following me.
Well, come here, bitch. Thank you.
Oh, just healed someone for 65k.
Fuck off. I'm on 10 stacks. I'm gonna die soon. Who died? DPS died.
Three, two, one.
Beware.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be in there attacking it. Like it says explosives.
Just what do I think? Ooh, more people dying.
Beware.
Like I'm struggling and I am the highest eye level in this fucking raid. So I don't know how other people are tanking this. They must be shitting themselves running around to dodge abilities.
What's your eye level?
393.
I think it's 10 higher than I am. Fuck off. Jeez. Yeah, you're exactly 10 levels higher than I am.
3, 2, 1.
Also quite impressed these guys are keeping up with my DPS, although they are high DPS classes, but it's quite an eye level difference to keep up with.
Beware.
And what's your druid on?
What druid? I don't, rogue.
Oh, your rogue. What's your rogue on now?
It's still on 116 where it was the last time I played it.
Not keen to level.
Oh no, dude. I'm not a WoW player like that. The reason I have WoW is because you'll see I'll start doing it shortly. My clock goes out of sync and I end up staying up all night with people, and then between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock when everybody's asleep, I will jam WoW.
You'll spam WoW.
Yeah, that's when I'll go and level my character by myself. Or
I'm frozen.
yeah, I'm coming for you now.
Where the hell is this chick? I don't know where this chick is.
Should always be on the right side of your screen. She's over there making the expanding freezing thing. You must have to kill something before it freezes you, I suppose?
I don't know, I'm frozen again.
I don't know. I'm also frozen. Outside of an ice block though.
Okay.
I think this is just one of... Oh, so when she starts doing that, you obviously need to run to the other side or something?
No idea. What the fuck? Where the hell are we running to?
Gina's
Towards
Tide
her.
Elemental.
Yeah.
Must be this. Kill it. Or tank it or whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen what else is happening in the raid. There's a Jaina somewhere. And there's this ice barrage. Did she go back to the other ship? You're both targeted on Jaina, both tanks.
Nope.
Now you've changed.
That's supposed to be cuck hard on a mythic or something.
Jesus, like, can you even imagine her fucking mythic? Jesus.
Imagine a mythic 25 on this.
You can't. Okay, raids don't get mythic plus. They just
Yeah.
get mythic because it's so fucking difficult on mythic. Like,
Yeah, but I imagine that it could go higher than that. How difficult would she
yeah,
be to
I
kill
know.
them?
I've thought about it before. And like, I reckon if people get good enough at optimizing WoW, then maybe there would be a reason for it. But like, for the most part, think about it like this. Like, they make the raid knowing what you're capable of. And mythic is like when the developers made the game with a perfect understanding of every ability.
Yeah.
That's what a mythic run is. It's a perfect understanding by every single person of every ability, so that even when every single one in that fight activates at the same time, you can deal with all of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's those two people need to be close together, but because they have this buff, those two need to be far apart, and that needs to move to this side of the room, and it's all just happening at the same time without anybody physically saying, you take this here, because that takes too long.
3,
Yeah, no.
2, 1.
I must say, the Oaks spend a lot of time developing this game. They do put a lot into it.
Well, WoW is maybe not anymore. It was built as a from the heart game, right? So the developers aren't forced to release a certain patch on a certain date. The developers aren't forced to do anything. It's a matter of if they want to do that or put that in the game, then they have the ability to put it in the game as a player, you know?
Yeah.
That was what WoW's creation was.
Oh, let us see what we
Well,
get from
fuck
here.
yes. That is
What?
a Jaina down. So if I check my
Oh.
quest log, yes, ready to hand in.
What did you get?
Item-wise, fuck all.
Same as me.
I got a Breath of One Somebody and a Battle-Scarred Augment Rune.
Yeah, what does this Breath of Bomb Somebody do?
I don't know yet. For crafting high-level items is what it should be for. But I don't actually know. Okay, I'm exiting that sync tube and all of that, because that's done.
Yep, so I can go and in my
And
quest.
I need to fly down and hand that shit in at the boat, right?
Yeah, then I need to go
Yeah.
find my 2 cats and sleep. Since tomorrow is gonna be a cuck day.
Is it?
Yep. Oh, I need to wait for this auto electrician to let me know about my car.
Oh,
It's
but I
a
mean, that
drop-off.
doesn't really affect anything. Not like you're going
It
to pick it up
does.
tomorrow if he's finished with it.
If it's finished, I need to go pick it up.
But won't you only pick it up in the afternoon? Like, I mean, you've already rented the vehicle, or are you renting it day by day as you figure that you don't, as you know that you don't have it?
Oh, the vehicle needs to be back at 11 tomorrow morning.
Doesn't have to be Apex, Tom. Can be whatever I want it to be. It's just my gaming block.
We've rented the car until 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Weaver's coming top.
What mount is that?
This is the one you get for being exalted with the Zandalari. I think you buy it at this person here with the person up top. I don't have to Google it, but it's not expensive. You just buy it after you've got enough rep. Guy we need to talk to, this guy.
Up here.
Oh yeah! And it gives me the next quest. Pay respects to King Rustican. Back up to the top again. Yay!
Hey, we're
Actually,
on the same
fuck
quest
that.
line here.
Hearthstoning back up because it'll take half the time.
Hey, honor bound, increased rep.
I'll sacrifice my life for you, bro.
Where the fuck is he? Right at the top, probably.
Hey? Yeah, you have to go up the elevators for Rustican.
Oh well. Sit and wait.
I'll wait for you at the top. You can just run out the door and get on the mount.
Yep.
You didn't take Paku, did you take Gong or Paku as your guy?
I have no idea. Where do you even check that?
I don't actually know how to check until I get off. Like, there's a statue on the edge of this thing.
Why the fuck does it not allow me to mount?
What? What? Where's this guy? Over here.
These guys
one
must be
floor
from
down.
fucking Banani that I'm playing with.
Dude,
They
if he's
sound
not
like
up
the
here-
biggest bunch of butts I've ever heard of in my life.
He's down there. Do you have...
I have a potion I can drink, I think.
what? Slow falling or something?
Yep.
Missing
Okay.
it, missing it.
You have fun with that. I'm
Never
literally
mind,
just
back.
jumping off with my bubble.
Where exactly is this dude?
You should
How
see
far
him
am I
render
jumping?
in down there. No, not far, just 2 levels. Yeah, that one, stop.
It's a bit far. Did he die?
Yeah, something like that.
I
Pay
think we were
respects. Yeah. Apparently he died. Shame, poor bastard. Really?
Oh
You
well.
can't skip this crap? It says Apex. Really? It shouldn't. It should say gaming block, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Since I can't actually see my title anywhere.
Treachery of the Alliance. Let your grief be sated by vengeance against them.
This is not the time to speak.
Like, while I'm midstream, I have no idea how I would change the title.
War chief.
Missing mid.
Nice, and then the person to speak to is right behind me. Boom. More Azerite. Fuck yeah. Love this shit.
observe. Okay.
I must know. With the Zandalari Navy in ruins, does the Horde intend to abandon us?
We do not turn our back on our allies, Talanji.
Yeah, sorry, I have no idea how to change the stream title. Crazy. I'll have to Google it.
Reports are coming in from all outposts. The Alliance is tightening its grip. Victory is within their grasp.
Perhaps we can open the
Okay, while it's doing this,
The Alliance
I'll be right back.
slays the leader of the Zandalari, and you speak of negotiations? No, this war will not end until we stand victorious. Until the little lion kneels before my throne. Meet me aboard the Banshee's whale. I have a plan to ensure the Proudmoore family pays dearly for Rastakon's death.
Oh, missed him by a bully.
Are we taking this quest? Okay, so now I need to fly all the fucking way back down. Oh, that potion was quite handy.
Cunt.
So, what's your rep with the honor bound now?
Okay, I'm back. Is there more
What's
to this
your-
quest? Speak with Lady Sylvanas and Windrun at Banshee's Wall. Where's that?
Downstairs at the boat. Down at the
Ah,
boat.
again.
Yep. What's your rep with the honor bound now?
Hang on, I'll check now. I just need to get my glider. Honor bound. I'm exalted with everyone except Tolan Seekers.
Oh, so you spent some time farming rep. Eh?
Oh yeah. Just like world quests every day. Like I have moments where I'll just do every world quest on the map.
Oh, well.
You know.
I did all the ones I had available today.
And obviously just lots of fucking farming, just how do you get rep with individual factions?
State your business to your war.
I don't give a fuck about the cinematic.
I'm watching the cinematic.
You enjoy that. I'm handing in that piece of shit quest. And war campaign to be continued. No, continue the war by accepting the quest, righting wrongs in Desaralor. Back up at the top of the fucking thing again. They like doing this.
That'll probably, for me, will end after this cinematic.
And there's another quest you can pick up here along the way. What is this for? No way. Okay, you don't have to go up to the top, dude. You can get it here from one of these people. What the fuck? Speak to that guy and then come get the quest from me here. Oh, the quest it wants you to take is Wisdom of the War Chief, but righting wrongs can be for... Okay, makes sense. You said you were leaving though, right? Do you want me to wait for you for this?
If you want to, if you want to carry on, it's fine.
I'm a bad person, so you'll probably end up waiting for me if I wait for you, so...
Doesn't matter. Continue. Oh, so you can still earn rep on this.
Once you're exalted.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you're exalted with a faction, okay, so your rep bar, you'll see, yeah, it continues. Every time you finish the rep bar, you get a chest Like the honor bound one you pick up from this person here, I'd literally just collected mine, and it gave me loot received. It gave me honor bound supplies. Oh no, I opened that, and it gave me 20 service medals, and 500 war resources, and 4,000 gold.
Okay, so where do we accept this next quest?
This guy here gave me a quest.
Righting wrongs.
No, this guy gives you...
I just got righting wrongs.
Oh, okay, well then that's what he gives you. Then there's the other one that the actual war campaign looks like it was supposed... Wisdom of the War Chief is up obviously at the top of this Great Seal again.
I don't have anything showing on top of that Great Seal.
Don't you? That's interesting. So I wonder if that has to do with faction rep then. Okay, but this one that we got here is definitely the one for the war campaign. So we go talk to the guy on the boat from here. I think it's the driver up here. Trigard Sound for quest.
Well, I'll sail to there, but then I think I'll call it a night.
Okay.
I'll continue this tomorrow. I hand it in. Where the fuck do we hand in this thing?
What the fuck? Where is this guy underneath?
Then you will need to convince her. Go quickly.
I will. Good luck.
Oh, you can look like a pirate. It's down there. Haha.
We have little time. I am Bane.
Look at me, I look like a pirate.
Swift vengeance is anchored just outside the harbor. Zelen will take us there.
You'll have to pardon the tight quarters.
Oh, you can't get on the same boat as I am on.
No, it's a separate instance. I am on my boat though, so we should arrive at about the same time. LOL, that fucking wave, dude.
It's cockroach.
Oh, it's being made by the person in front. Beautiful.
Oest in my gesig.
In 'n gesig? Jaro. Weet jy, I don't know how to say survived in Afrikaans.
Oorleef.
Hoe het jy oorleef?
Nee.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we hooking? The boat.
Yep.
I'm so confused. I don't see anything to click on, so I'm just clicking the hook. There we go.
Yeah, bro.
Take it where it needs to be.
Okay.
And I will break down the door. Be on your guard. This is sure to alert.
I don't know what the hell we are killing here.
Fuck that, dude. We'll kill everyone inside. Let's go, boy. Bah!
Okay, so who are we actually helping? Sylvanas or this thing?
Well, I hope you're not helping Sylvanas.
What?
She's trying to kill everyone. Windranger's evil in this. She's shown her true side.
Fine, I'll still support her.
Support the tits.
Yep.
Over here. He is unconscious, but still alive.
Unconscious, but still alive. Really? Let's do this, man. Bomb, bomb, bomb.
I wonder if I can get a transmog set to look like her on plate.
To look like Sylvanas.
Yep.
She's a leather wearer. So probably not. Apocalypse key. Why do I not have one? Hello. I'm so confused. It says I need a key from this area, but I don't see anything.
Now that says I need to defeat 6 crew members. I've just slaughtered all the crew members.
Maybe I need to do that. I'm going to check on the deck at the moment for more. Yeah, there you go. I went up onto the deck. 1 of 6.
This is gonna be a long evening at this rate. Aren't you working tomorrow?
I am. Okay, the thing you needed to collect is on top, above the guy you were standing at.
What brings you to me?
A book. Take the key.
Did you get the key?
I did. And I managed to make my way to 4 of 6 crew members. With 2 busy attacking me.
I got the book and the key. I need to find more of these oaks to kill.
Nice. And then you can just talk to the war chief who's walking with you once you've got that. Oh, you kill the captain down here. That's another key you need. I just got that one because I killed him as a crew member.
Which captain?
So when you walk up, okay, you walked up to the top deck, and then when you're walking back, you'll see the captain standing behind the stairs you walked up. And then after that, I wonder if we need to go to the top deck. Let's see.
Oh, I'm killing the oak right at the top.
Are you? I'm on my way up now. Yes, you do need to kill the guy at the top as well. Maybe? Oh no, you need to collect something at the top. A key.
Yeah, there's a key.
Okay, so there's 3 keys. 2 captains and then the one at the book at the front.
Oh, I've got the book at the front and
the one at the top?
Right.
Yeah?
Yep.
And then you go down 1 or 2 levels and there's an inside area to the boat with stairs that go down to the bottom level. And behind that you'll see the other captain.
Okay, so let me go
Pretty much straight below the second one. The first one, whatever. The one.
We have him. Now, let's get this ship ready
You've just killed.
How may I aid you? The Taurens stand proud.
I've gone 1 level too far down here. I don't see another dude when I went down these stairs though.
That took longer than expected.
Here he is, sitting on the chair.
Yeah.
This place is my only home.
Complications.
Did you open the prison?
Yes. I'm back on the main deck waiting through a storyline to talk out.
Champion.
I thought you skipped the storylines.
Can't skip this. They're fucking talking as characters.
Fantastic. Oh then, after this one I definitely need to go sleep.
Yeah, you see 10, so you go to sleep at 10 o'clock. I go to sleep at between 12 and maybe like 1. And then
I try and sleep at like 9:30.
Yeah,
okay. I wake up 6 or 7 times in the evening.
Okay.
And because I can't fall asleep again, I'm usually working on 2 hours sleep for the day.
You carry is anchored to the port of Zandalar. It should get you there safely. Go with the tides.
Okay, so now
What
you went back right at the top to talk with this dude.
I spoke to a dude. I've completed the boat thing and it's now trying to take me somewhere else. It's taken me to... The boat has gone all the way to Kalimdor. I'm in Kalimdor right now. What do they want me to do? Use the charm of returning. To teleport back to Zolzadar. Okay, that's happening. And then from here, we go hand in at the boat, and that should be that, right?
Okay, well, I'm now spoken to the oak. I went all the way to Kalimdor, so I think I'm gonna log out there.
Just speak to the guy when you get to Kalimdor, just speak to the guy on the boat and he gives you an item that teleports you back to Zildazar. Just log out then, because you're back in the normal area.
Why should I log out there and not just here?
For ease of gameplay. Never mind. If it doesn't make a
Is
difference
it-
to you, that's fine. I like logging in, being in an area where I can just start, because I don't know that I'm going to log in and come back to this quest specifically. I might want to log in and start a dungeon. So I like
True.
finishing quests back to main areas if I can.
Well, what they say, need to use the charm.
Yeah,
Optional.
you just use the charm, and it teleports you back. Done.
And then?
And then you can log out, because then you're on the docks in Zaldazar ready and waiting. See.
I'll chat to you tomorrow then. If I survive the day, my
Good
boss
luck.
doesn't kill me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Gramazon disconnected from your channel.
Speaker of the Horde. Get the Zandalari to join the Horde. Hero. The war chief's will be done.
Okay, I think that's enough. Wow. Jethro, are you here?
I am.
Renegagarian, what are you doing?
I am playing a young Dirtsmagos.
Are you? Obviously a turbo. How far in are you?
26 minutes.
Into a turbo? Jesus. All reactors
yeah,
down. Not
we
quite.
like equal. They have one tower left, and we have none.
Okay, that's
but
not
we
too
got
bad.
all our racks and towers in base.
Yeah.
And so do they. We
Aye.
just need one tower. They have a fucking Ricky, they have a Dro, they have a Leshrak, they have a Weaver, and they have a fucking...
They have a
dude?
pain in your ass team.
Yeah,
That's what
dude.
they have.
We got a Shadow Fiend, Bounty Hunter, that thing that swaps you.
Oh, Venge.
The Kiro and Lion.
Is that how you get to Broken Shore now? Glaive of Belungi. What? An item? Oh. What? Oh, deliver. Okay.
You're looking to be smashed. Who you be wanting me to kill? Time to smash it! Go now. Me be needing meat.
Whoa.
You switched to channel
What's happening up
Frostbit's
here?
lobby alt.
League of Legends.
You switched to
Hello,
channel
what's
6
happening down
lobby.
here?
I'll
HQ.
we comp in about 5 minutes if you want. but-
Yes.
Yes, you know you want to.
Good luck.
But I won't force you. Okay.
No, I won't force you, don't worry.
You
So
won't
you
force what?
say, my stream says Apex.
Yeah, it does.
Is that a deal?
Right? Yup.
What are you dealing?
Yeah, no.
Why is it not updating with my comment? Should be no
Sorry.
404.
Yeah, the title of your stream was Apex. Nice shot.
Nice. Oh, I'm fucked. Never mind, I did a sneaky on him. I was trying to be a rat. I don't know how much health I had, but it was minimal.
Okay, so currently you're playing Dota and you're going to play CS next.
Currently playing CS, going to play competitive CS.
I don't feel like warming up, and that is going to be horrible.
Oh, suck my dick, Kenny.
You fucking saw me do the crack, didn't you?
I went and got my charger from my car. I didn't fucking plug my phone in there.
Casual boys, only 15 gigs left of Black Ops 4.
I can confirm for you that Apex hasn't fixed the pop count error.
The what?
The pop count thing. That old CPUs can't do it.
What?
They're not
What?
going to fix it. It's
They're
not
never gonna fix it.
It's not a problem with their game. It's a choice in the
Dude,
design
how
of
did
the
you
game.
not die?
How did I not die? With great difficulty.
They chose to use an instruction set that only exists in newer CPUs.
Yeah.
And they're not going to make a backwards compatibility mod for it because it would impact the performance of the game. So basically, they've chosen to take people being angry at them for not being able to play, and the people who can play are going to give the game good ratings because they can actually fucking play it. Okay, I'm gonna go be Apex Rage Angry in my own channel again. Feel free to join me. You can't play anyway, whatever. Let me know if you're playing Dota later. Counter-Strike is
I hit you.
You switch to channel R3v07v3R's lobby, HQ. Josh was moved to your channel.
Are you actually here doing something?
Josh was moved out of your channel.
Today will be our day.
I'm ready. Let's get the job done.
Ready up. It's go time.
This is your champion.
Hello, my friends.
Hello, my friend.
Are we going straight down to this place?
Oh, my brother. Where you from, brother? Yes, we have to go. Are you Irish? Are you a programmer? Can you lead us, please?
Gold backpack, first item.
Let's go this way.
My nigga, gold backpack. What the fuck?
Spotted. Double timing it. Listen up, I'm getting shot at.
Okay, downed one. There's another one inside the building on half.
Firing. Hostile right here. Reloading.
Down the top. Shields up.
Ooh. That is dangerous.
Let's go this way.
The complete squad.
Round one. Beginner ring count.
I've got no ammo.
Lay low. I will assist you.
Where did I get shot from? In the back.
Next time.
Oh, dude. That was... Yeah, I was rezzing. You gotta cover me. And he shot me like under you. Your building. Whatever, that guy's gone. Damage dealt, dude. 350 damage dealt. 0 kills. $300. I'm gonna move you out, Jet, because I feel like I'm raging through your speakers.
Jethro was moved out of your channel.
Harder, faster, stronger. All those drills have paid off.
Champion.
Let's land here.
I hear ya.
Are you a market team? And then we can push back into the high tier loot zone.
¡Calles, venga!
Oh heck, at least I know I'm on a European server, not an American.
G7 scout here.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
We have the benefit. We are inside the ring. Might be something good this way.
Must go faster!
Keeping a Raven's watch on this area. Forget that.
If you find a spare R301 or an R99, that'd be great, please. Do you want to go into Skull Town before the first barrier, or go straight towards that high tier loot?
¿Por qué no te callas un rato,
Skull
Ted?
Town, okay.
Peacekeeper here. R301 here.
Oh, I found a 99 here.
Extended light mag here. Level 2. Half the squads are left. Let's smoke them. Let's reposition. I could use that. Never mind.
R99 here.
Cancel that. Gotta hop up here. Select fire. Gives you better fire options at range.
Does anyone need a blue extended map or heavy?
We're already in the ring.
Gotta hop up here. Skull piercer. Care package on high.
What the fuck? Where's my jump?
Optics here. Mid-range. Standard stock here. Gotta hop up here. Turbocharger.
Dibs.
Extended barrel stable. Extended light mag here. Level 2. I need a help up.
He has a gold shield here.
Come on, compadre, get up. Come on, come on, come on. Whole squad is my dust. Let's do that.
It wasn't my time. Your time is not over yet.
Don't worry, you can do down revive.
Thanks. Good looking out.
Taking a knee. Patching up.
Gotta hop up here. Choke.
Countdown. Attention. Supply ship inbound.
Backpack here. Knockdown shield here. Level 2.
Does anybody need heals, or am I just carrying the extra?
Taking a moment to heal.
New kill leader appointed.
Careful, new kill leader.
Hey.
Supply ship
See
over
what's
there.
on the dropship if there's anything left.
Contact. Scanning the area.
Reloading.
Thrown Arc Star. Arc Star sent.
Reloading. Reload.
Taking a moment. This guy's in danger upon us.
Run. Go. Faster.
Down to target. Arc star out.
Dynamite. Take a leg. We've only got a minute. The ring's right there.
Reloading. The complete squad is defeated.
Looks like you've been hitting the range.
The ring is close.
Only 2 other squads left.
"30 seconds remain. Safety is an arrow shot away." Taking a moment to heal. Almost there. We are close to the ring. Use the net as your guide. The ring is moving.
Do you need a shield cell, Smartcast?
Highlights your enemy.
No, thanks.
Wait, do you want it?
Charging on my shields.
Care package being delivered.
Okay, let's get in the ring for the next fight so we're not too late.
Let's go this way.
Come on.
It's go time.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Star sent.
I didn't even work up a sweat.
Reloading. Confirmed kill. Smoke out. My shields are recharged.
Reloading. I'm taking fire.
Reloading.
Hostile.
Someone's out there.
Reloading.
Charging shields. Come on.
Reloading. Took out. I am down but alive.
Hostile, my marker.
Ring is close. Time races us.
They're shooting at me. Reloading.
Popping smoke.
Charging up my shields.
Very lonely, careful.
Wouldn't let down range.
Healing. Ah, this is taking too long.
30.
Need lead. Firing. Reloading. Give me a sec. Recharge.
Marking our surroundings.
Give me a sec. Recharging shields. Only one squad left. It's gonna get loud.
No kill leader.
Oh yes, boys. Well played.
We just killed the kill leader. Okay, what now?
That was a beautiful clean one. Nice, guys.
You are the Apex champions.
Another one? Yeah. Oh, I have to go, sorry.
Okay, bye.
Feels good.